Hi, everybody. I'm John Dex, Vice President of Product Management at Mpirica. You've probably heard the old healthcare industry joke, what do you call a medical student who graduates last in their class? Doctor. Yeah, sorry, if you were here last week on the east side, same dumb joke. You know, it holds true. Not all doctors are created equally, and not all of them perform equally. Which one of these two would you choose for knee replacement surgery for you or for a loved one? This is kind of the status quo. Subjective reviews like this, or asking somebody who had the surgery, or even asking your primary care physician, are just subjective opinions. This really isn't a way to make a major life decision about surgery and about healthcare. The Mpirica quality score is like a FICO score for surgery. We score hospitals and surgeons based upon the outcomes of their surgeries using data analytics and data science and analytics. And this is critically important because bad surgery leads to human tragedy. This family, the Goldenbergs, lost their daughter, Talia, following the surgery. You may have read about this in the Seattle Times. There's an expose about Swedish hospital. It broke our heart when we read this because though Talia's surgeon was well regarded and had a good reputation, his score and the scores of the hospital for her surgery were among the lowest in the country. This is the kind of thing we're trying to avoid and what motivates us every day. But it's a challenge to kind of figure out the differences between hospitals and doctors. They see really different types of patients and really different mix. You have to be able to correct for that. And we use a proprietary methodology for risk adjustment so we can break down the variance in the type of populations that providers see and compare apples to apples to determine whether providers are outperforming or underperforming their peers. We look at 500 risk factors, and today in our V1 product, we score 864 procedures in 28 surgical categories. This covers about 5,000 hospitals and over 120,000 surgeons in the United States. And we keep adding to our data set, but we have over 860 million records that we're evaluating for our scores. We've taken our scores and gone to employers who pay a tremendous amount of the healthcare costs in this country, combining them with other features to provide benefits for their employees. You might be surprised to learn that your healthcare benefit and your health plan probably wasn't vetted for quality. It's probably designed for a broad range of providers at good cost. Quality is usually just a checkoff box at best, or keep your fingers crossed. And we're trying to make a difference in this and leading it through employers. Now, we've learned a lot in the last couple of years. The American healthcare industry is really big, it's really political, and there's some deep pockets and entrenched interests. There's a reason why Americans pay twice as much in healthcare as any other country. We're fighting against this, and it's fun to be a disruptor, but sometimes it's a pain. But we've made some progress. We got a round of funding earlier this year. We've got a product in the market and a distribution partnership in place. What we're looking for from you guys is, come join us. We are hiring data scientists and biostatisticians or people that have sold into the healthcare benefit space. I'd love to talk to you afterwards if you're, or if you just want to learn more about the company. Thanks. Yes.
Please repeat the question, because especially with the Facebook, they can't hear.
Yeah, the question was, are we looking to expand beyond surgery? Yeah, well, surgery accounts for, within employers, 15-20% of spend, and they're really high-ticket items. But we're also looking at things like maternity care, and that would be like an obvious next place, because that's also a large health cost, especially for employers, working age population.
Where do you get your data from?
So we can use a variety of sources of data, but the primary data sets that we use are from Medicare. And they're the largest data sets of their kind, and they're very complete in the terms of the data that we need to do the analysis. We can also work with insurance data sets, or which come through insurance companies or through employers who own the claims data that for their health plans. Was there somebody over here? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, how would someone discover the score? Like, would it be in their health insurance package, or when surgery comes up, they would become aware?
Yeah, the question was, how do people discover the scores? Well, we started out with more of a consumer approach, and you still can go to our website and with a membership see the scores. There's some things available for free, but our intention and where we're going now is we're presenting them through a benefit. So you may see them directly, or you may, depending on the benefit, be interacting with, say, like a surgical concierge service that is helping you to identify an appropriate surgeon in your area that meets your needs, and that we would be part of that decision-making process. But sometimes it's visible, sometimes it's not.
One more question?
Oh, go ahead. Did you have a?
So you noted that you're looking at specific types of surgeries that are good or bad at certain hospitals. Are you looking at the doctors to kind of push them out if they're horrible, right? I mean, we've got a record of horrible doctors across the nation that shouldn't be doing surgeries. How are you impacting that population?
So I guess the question, to paraphrase, is kind of what impact does this have on doctors, or who maybe are poor performers? That's a really good question. That's one of the big challenges we have. We've talked to some hospitals that would like to see our data and really actually figure out how to deconstruct it so that they can affect their providers. That's not been our focus, and actually hospitals do a tremendous amount of work in this area, because for them it's a reputation thing, and it's also a cost thing if they have people who are making mistakes. Ideally we work together, but it's not that simple in America's healthcare system. We actually are a competing quality standard that just complicates their business. And so going to the employers who have no quality standard, no transparency, is really much more of a lever in the market for us. Thank you.